Hello, welcome to the G.I. Joe New News Classified Reviews. My name is David T. Allen, or if you would like, Super Dave 817. If you would like to see more of this content, please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification button for future videos. Thank you and enjoy.
Hello, I am Cobra Commander. We are here for the Band of Vipers. You'll be joining us soon tour. And now we have Cold Slyther today. Here you go. We're finally at 163 in the classified line, and we're going to be covering Cold Slyther, a band of vipers, and you'll be joining us soon. Tour with them on today's episode of the G.I. Joe New News Classified Review. I am David Allen, or if you like, Super Dave. Thank you for everybody joining me in the chat today. It's going to be a really long episode, so strap in, and I hope you enjoy. Good morning, Michael Gene Fleming. Thank you for joining the Band of Vipers World Tour episode 163 classified review with Cold Slyther today. And Lenny Honda, thank you for joining the Band of Vipers World Tour Cold Slyther 163 review episode as well. This is going to be a really fun one. It's going to take quite a long time to get through this one. You'll be joining us soon. That's right. You'll be joining us soon. Yeah. All right. So let's get into a little bit of the Cold Slyther. First off, Cold Slyther had a animated episode during the Sunbow period of the 80s, during the Sunbow animated series, and they did an episode where they had disguised themselves and they were trying to brainwash everybody with music, and so they did that in that episode. But the G.I. Joes was smart, and they recruited the Just Another Joe band, and the Just Another Joe band defeated them, and so they were defeated. But I had this song stuck in my head as a kid bad. Oh man, it's a fun song. It really is. I really enjoyed it. So then a few years ago, there was a convention, Assembly Required. They did a themed convention around Cold Slyther, and they got the writer producer of the episode of Cold Slyther at that episode, Charles Michael Hill, and the whole convention was themed around Cold Slyther, and they gave out these cool CDs, and then this is it's called the Lost Demo, and the dinner on Friday nights. So if you ever get to go to a Assembly Required, there's always a cool dinner on Friday nights. There's all kinds of swag and goodies you get for the dinner, and this was one of them. I ended up getting two accidentally. They gave me two, so I have two of these. And the music is actually quite good on it, and I enjoyed it. And so then last year, they did a concerted effort, a Cold Slyther tour, concerted effort between all the companies. Super 7 did Zartan from Cold Slyther as part of their Reaction Plus line of Joes, and they also did two demos releases, one through Big Bad Toy Store, one through Walmart, and one through themselves. So you could have gotten three variations of this figure along with the regular mainline figure of Zartan from Cold Slyther, if you had the money to get all those variations of Cold Slyther through their releases, San Diego Comic-Con, Big Bad Toy Store, and their website, the Super 7 website. I was able to order the regular one. I have not been able to get any of the demo ones yet, but I hope to at some point. Maybe I'll see them at a convention or whatever, and I'll buy one or two at Joe Fest or my convention or another convention in the future. So that is your Zartan from Cold Slyther Reaction Plus. And so part of that concerted effort was for other companies as well to get involved. And so then Rising Skybound did a comic that was also a release during that same period, Cold Slyther release. So this is the Skybound G.I. Joe comic book by Tim Seeley, Juan Cabal, and Rex Locus. There's about 10 variant covers for this as well. So if you really wanted to get every Cold Slyther cover, you could, because there's a lot of variations on this. It's a beautiful cover, I must say. This one, it looks like it's Steve Verbati. I'm not sure. Let me see if I can find out who did the cover for this one. This is, I believe, the regular cover. I'm going to look to see what cover it was. Steve Beach is the cover artist for that one, and there's all the different various covers on there. The one that I have is the main line, and then there's another cover by Juan Cabal with the four heads, and then another Brent Schoonover cover, and then another Steve Beach cover that was more cover D, that was like a lenticular cover, and then a blank variant cover as well. So those are your 5 covers for this. And then there was a world tour, Cold Slyther World Tour, that you could get their music and CDs, and you can go and see them in tour. They had a concert at San Diego Comic-Con. Then they also had a concert at New York Comic-Con. And there's some news that we are trying to get them for Joe Fest. It's not been announced yet, Cold Slyther, but we are trying to get them to Joe Fest to have a concert at Joe Fest. Well, I will let you know if that comes about, and if it is, you'll know about it. You'll see advertisements from Joe Fest and stuff like that for it. So then we have the Cold Slyther box set. Oops, there. I kind of reviewed this a little bit when I got it in, but it is absolutely a monster. Look at this thing. It is huge. Let's see. I hope the concerts don't cause mass hypnosis. Yeah, you're right, Lenny Honda. I hope not either. The only mass hypnosis I would think it would cause is to buy more G.I. Joe toys, right? I hope. If they were smart, Classified and Hasbro, they would do it like that, right? So I opened this and looked at it, and we went and we did a review of it a while ago when I got it in, but I wanted to go over it again. So let's see. There's all kinds of homages on this. Let's see if I can get it so you guys can see. There's the World Tour includes a whole bunch of other bands, and one of them is Gem and the Holograms. And then another one is the, let's see if you can see that. Just Another Joe band there is also on that tour. Can you guys see that? It's a little blurry there. There you go, right there. And then on this side, you have the Misfits. And then, of course, you have Cold Slyther, right? And then there's all kinds of really neat details on the front of this. It says the Springfield Theater Extensive Enterprises presents Cold Slyther Band of Vipers World Tour. And it says Cobra Dreadnoks, Cold Slyther, G.I. Joe Classified. And there's all kinds of little homages on this dust jacket. There's motorcycles out front there, another motorcycle there. There's, it looks like a bunch of band equipment on that side. It says 163. That's what this is, 163 in the classified line. And has a bunch of Cold Slyther posters there and some graffiti. And it says, "You'll be joining us soon. Cold Slyther, Ripper, Buzzer, Torch." It has the Dreadnought symbol there on in graffiti, and it has a bunch of other graffiti stuff, and then it has some newspaper boxes with Zartan's mask there. You can barely see it, and then a dartboard and some GI Joe comics stuck to the wall there a little bit. So that's all stuff that's on the dust jacket. So then you take the dust jacket off, comes off, slides off, and then in the front, so I'm going to put this over here for now. In the front, you have the box office. And who's sitting in the box office messing with her nails? None other than Zarana. Definitely what a set. I agree, Lenny Honda. This is going to be an awesome one to open up. All right, so then on the top of the building, there's a bunch of graffiti and stuff as well, and it says, "Hello, Governor, hello, Governor." And then there's a lot of detail up there. And then if you go back around to the back again, and you see underneath where the dust jacket was, you see this tarp, and it has Dreadnoughts on it, and you see a couple of little homages there of characters. You see Monkey Wrench, and you see Yabo top of the dumpster there, which is really cool. And it says "The Enemy." And it has one of Destro's Ratilos sticking his head out of there. Ratilo. See that? One of Destro's robotic rats, Ratilos. Really cool. And you have Monkey Wrenches, not Monkey Wrench, Road Pig's sledgehammers there, and there's all kinds of other stuff. It says, "Too late to resist, cause Cobra is strong, amigos, Dreadnought's the enemy," all kinds of stuff. Trouble up there, says 66, has all kinds of stuff, graffiti on here. All right, so then you open it up from the front, and it opens up to a big, huge, like, band there. Look at this. It's so big I can't even get myself in the picture. There it is. Lone Dragon, good morning. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, let's get mellow. Hey, why don't we stay and listen to the music? It's totally awesome. Hey, we could do that, actually. Let's see. It would have been cool if that mutant pack not would have had Cross Country's tape player. Yeah, it would have been. You're right, Bobby's World. Thanks for joining us, Bobby World, and you as well, Lenny. Lone Dragon. I'm behind a couple of minutes due to having to step away from my computer, but Cold Slyther at Joe Fest would be so awesome. Yeah, so we are trying to get them to come to Joe Fest to do a concert. That's going to be a surprise we have not announced yet, and we are working on that. So I hope we can do that. But look at this thing. It is absolutely huge. Look at these big speakers on this side. It says "Long Live Cobra." It has all the names: Torch, Buzzer, Zartan, Ripper. Has another microphone speaker over there. It is phenomenal. So we're going to open this up. We're going to get all the figures out one by one. It's going to take a while to do this because this is such a big set. So there's 4 figures that we've got to go through. So you guys stick with me through this because I got some other things I want to cover after that. So hang in there with me, and we'll do one at a time. We'll see how this goes. So we're going to open this up now, and we're going to start getting these out one by one. All right, so this is Torch. Everybody say hello in the chat. Sean Jones, thank you very much for joining us. Saying hello to everybody. So we're going to put him over here for now. I'm going to add that back in there. I like the fact that it's like the Cobra staircases are designed like the Cobra sigil. Too late to resist. Cobra is strong. And so I'm going to put that back in there. Just going to take these out one by one. So this is the 163 classified in the numbering that we've done thus far in a row. We started with 00 Snake Eyes. Now we have this should be I think Ripper. This is Ripper. There. Take him out. He's the other side of that. And it says on his, with an iron fist and a reptile hiss, we shall rule. There you go. Put that back in there. And we started with 00 Snake Eyes, and now we're all the ways up to 163 in the classified line. And we've done 22 retro vintage pig figures and 4 legacy and 60th anniversary, or 5 legacy 60th anniversary figures thus far. So we're doing really well. We got about 20 or so more to go before we can finish this off, and then I got some cool ideas for continuing with some interesting things. So we'll talk about those in a little while. So let's see. Then we got the legal indicia gobbledygook there. And let's see. And then we have, I believe this is Zartan and Ripper there. So there you go. So we're going to pull that out of there. Put that here. And then on the inside, we have that stage again with the Cobra on the front of it. And it says, you'll be joining us soon. And then it has the edges of the other two. Too late to resist, Cobra is strong. And then with an iron fist and a reptile hiss, we shall rule. So it has the entire stage on there. So you could do this as a diorama if you wanted to. And put it out. And I know there are people out there that will probably do that. I'm not sure. I may end up doing it myself. I'm not sure yet. But I do like this box a lot. So we're going to put everything back in here. I can get it back in there. Okay. All right. So there you go. That's back together. Then we will put this out of the way. Put it back over here. I'll put this back on. There. So let's see. Then we'll put this over here. Right. So we have all of our figures. There you go. So put them over there. We'll open them one by one in the order that I took them out. So there. And so here we go. Let's see. First one is Torch. Excuse the noise. He has so there he is with his guitar. There. He looks really cool. He's got a lot of red all over him for like fire, and that guitar has fire all over it as well. You can see the flames and stuff in the keys there. It looks really, really cool. There's a lot of detail for that. And his face, it's got the normal face. He's got that red bandana and that red arrow going down the shirt there. You can see that shirt with that red arrow, and he's got a lot of little red details like that red belt and the gold belt buckle and some detail in the boots with red around there. So that is his default color with that yellow shirt and black pants, rock and roll pants. He looks really, really cool, I must say. So I'm going to stick him over here. He's got his normal glasses with that face print on there, and he's got that normal handlebar mustache. His normal handlebar mustache with those glasses. Looks really good. So put him over there. And then we're going to have Buzzer. Let's see if we can get him out of here. There. If you want to learn a little bit more about Cold Slyther, the making of Cold Slyther, and the episode from Sunbow, you can go back into my library and you can check out a couple interviews that I did with Charles Michael Hill, or Michael Charles Hill, whichever you want to call him. He did a couple interviews with me on my channel. So you can go back into the library and you can look at those interviews. Hey, good morning, Bajorn. Arrows down. He is an Antifa. Oh, yeah, you're right. So this one's got a lot of blue. So you can see in his glasses, his goggles, there's a little blue there. He's got this little sash here of blue and some bandanas around his legs. He's got the familiar red and black tights, and he's got a beautiful guitar with some yellow and blue flames and stuff all over it. Trying to get a nice view of that with the lighting there. And he's got a cool vest and secondary, and he's got really long hair in there that really looks like a musician and a punk rock band back in the 80s. I grew up in the 80s, and this is like total 80s all the way with this. It's definitely exactly what it would look like if someone were wearing this type of getup. And then there's some tattoos. If you look right there on his shoulder, you see that tattoo, and then on that side there's another several tattoos on his arms as well, on both of his arms, with one of his bandanas, or I shouldn't say bandanas, I should say like armbands. You can see those tattoos there. So there. Let's see. But he looks really cool too. I'm going to put him over here with his mate. There. So then we have this double set. So it's got two packages here. It's got one with the drum set and Zartan in the front of it. So I'm going to put that over there. But we're going to take out the back package. The back package has buzzer and a whole bunch of drum sets. So let's see. Wait, Lenny is making figures with tattoos now? Oh yeah, he's been making figures with tattoos, Lone Dragon, for a while. I think that, are you being facetious? Because this is the Cold Slyther set. Yeah, he's been doing that for a while. So then we have this little drum thing. It's gold with a big stand. So we're gonna stick that back there. And then then we have another one, another drum there. There. Hey, Lenny. Hey, Evil Dookie. Thanks for joining us today in the chat. I want to say, you do you, Evil Dookie, and I stand with you. Cold Slyther stands with you. Let's see, what else? Lone Dragon, is there any other way for me to be? No, there isn't, but that's fine. I don't mind. As long as I understand what you're saying, it's all right with me. You missed yesterday's video. I went and I talked about the snake armor, Lone Dragon. You have to watch that on the replay, crew. Excuse the noise. So we have Buzzer with his glasses. Now, this guy is way, whoo boy. So he's got his drums. All right, so let's put that over there. So we have Buzzer. Holy cow, look at him. He is wild. Look at those glasses that he comes with. Look at that face print on that. He's got some like jewelry or some pearls or something down there on his neck, and he's got a neckerchief there. He's got his drumsticks. He's got that vest on the back. It says Cold Slyther on there. He's got like one of those spiked jewel belts that a lot of the rock and rollers had back in the day. He's got some cool cowboy boots. He looks totally different than the Buzzer that you would know and love. And then he has some tattoos as well there. Another tattoo. And then he has this little drum thing there for his feet. I'm not a musician person, so I don't know a lot about the musical parts of these things. So you guys can let me know if I say something that's not right. It's like a step. It's like a drum step, I think, where this hits the drum, I believe. Snare. I'm guessing it's a snare of some sort. Let's see. Hey, Clement, thanks for joining us. We're talking about Cold Slyther World Tour. You want to join the band and have a lot of fun? You'll be joining us soon, I'm sure. I appreciate that, Dave. Sometimes you just need to vent. Yeah, I completely understand. Everybody's saying hello. What's up, man? Everybody's saying hello. Let's see. I got 3 3/4 set from BBTS in this vintage colors. Ah, very cool. Bajorn. So you got the LP set, one of the LP sets. Zartan. Yay, Zartan. Hey, Sean Jones, everybody. Everybody's saying hello. All right, so we're caught up. All right, now we've got to open this Zartan. First off, we got to get him out of here. Let's get him out of here first. There. So there's Zartan. He was the lead guitarist. You can see he's got that really cool guitar with the black and the greens and the flames all around it. He's got his traditional orange hair. He's got that black vest. He's got the yellow pants and stuff like that. Very similar to his Super 7 Reaction Plus. Very cool looking guitarist. He's got these like chain belt with all those loops and stuff like that, metal on there. He's got his traditional face paint as well. That looks really, really cool. We're going to put him over there. A lot of these guys have like the bare chest underneath their secondaries showing as well, which I like that when they do the bare skin like that. Then there's these little straps. So if you have something that's given out, you can add these straps to it to hold it on for the band if the other ones break. So then we're going to get these drums out of here now. So look at that big drum. The fact that they went to town on all this equipment is just incredible. There's one big thing that people complain about with this set is that it didn't come with a microphone or any kind of microphone for them to sing with, which I guess it makes sense. There's the stool for Ripper. I guess that makes sense. They should have a microphone of some sort. I don't know why they didn't give them a microphone. Is there another classified figure that has a microphone? Somebody come with a microphone that we could give the Cold Slyther guys? I don't remember if there was or wasn't. They have the Cold Slyther logo on this drum on the front of it. Let me see if I can get a better angle. There you go. And then these two little small drums. And so I think that is everything that comes with it. Put that over there. There. All right. Everybody's saying hello to everybody in the chat. Let's see. I just assume that this version of Cold Slither has no lyrics in their songs. Oh no, they have lyrics. Um, I have all the songs right here in my Cold Slither Lost demo, and trust me, there are lyrics in there um, for this. Let's see. Says, let's see, we're Cold Slither demo and Cold Slither the Rap Viper remix Cold Slithering demo. So there's definitely some stuff in there with those records and stuff that they did. There's definitely some lyrics and things for that. So yeah, I I don't know if I can play it on here while I'm on a stream or not. But I can maybe find it on YouTube on my phone, and we can play it to have a good time with it. All right, so now can't hear the lyrics without a mic. There you go. That's right. You're right about that. All right, I'm going to try and put this all together so it looks like they're in their in their right positions. I've got to get some stands out, and then I've got to get all the drum set put together. And then we'll get them all set up, and then we'll have it all put together for their their band, so they can look like they're playing and really having fun with this. So Zartan's going to be first. There. I'm going to try to put his thing underneath there so it'll stay. I'm going to adjust it so it looks like he's actually playing it. So there's Zartan. There, right? And then Buzzer's going to be with the drums, so I will be able to just kind of have him sitting on his drum stand. So that'll be an easy one. Just have him on his little stand there. Yep, that works. And then I'll get Ripper. This is a really fun set. What do you guys think about all these homages? Do you want more homages in Classified? Do you think this is something that we should be getting as far as Classified? Or do you think they should do more traditional stuff like the figures that we haven't got before they do things like this? And do you think that this sort of stuff is, as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, is the right way to do it? Or do you think they should do other stuff for San Diego Comic-Con? I personally, I think this is the best thing to do as a San Diego Comic-Con, that not everybody needs this. It's not necessary to be part of the collection. Yeah, it's part of that numbering system that they've got going on. But the FOMO for that is tricky. So, you can look at it from a couple different viewpoints on that. That's why I'm curious what you guys have to say about it. These stands are so difficult to get to have the figures stand on. They're very, very tight. All right, got one. So now we can do this. There. There. There, like that. All right, so what have I been missing? Let's see. They're like Milli Vanilli lip syncing. Milli Vanilli. Now that's an old kind of thing from the 80s, isn't it? Evil Dookie. Wow. You pulled that little piece of trivia out of your, you know what, to get, because that's old news. Not a lot of people are familiar with Milli Vanilli. What's up, Super Dave? What's up, fellas? Cold Slyther, my number on classified set last year. Your number? Leave the Comic Cons for the deep cut characters. Cold Slyther and Once a Man were perfect choices. Sounds very good. 610. Everybody saying hello to everybody in the chat. So, all right. So then now let's get this drum. I got to see how this is going to go with him. Let me see. Oops. Fell off his thing. Now, I'm not sure where these little guys go. These little two drums. Are they supposed to attach to someplace? Let me look at this. I think there's a little thing on the top of this that these attach to. Yeah, they do. They attach to this. Let's see. How does that look from that viewpoint? Put him over here a little bit. There. And I think we have Cold Slyther all put together for their Band of Vipers tour. Everybody's saying hello to everybody in the chat. Evil Dookie. Hope your day gets better. Remember, tough times don't last, only tough people. You're right, Evil Dookie. That is right. 100% right about that. There's no doubt about it. Tough. I think everybody in this chat is probably a tough person that has lasted a lot longer than we probably thought we were going to last when we were teenagers and stuff like that, but we're all here still, so that's a good thing, and we should applaud ourselves and give ourselves a round of a hand of a, whatever it is, round of applause. And so, what do you guys think about this? A cold slither. Do you think this is one of the best sets that they've made? Were you able to get this set? Uh, um, because this was on the Hasbro Pulse site for quite a while. Still in October, you could still get this. It was still available. So I'm hoping that everybody that wanted it got it. And that's the idea of these exclusive sets. The fact that they can make them where everybody that wants it could get it. Sorry, I'm late. I was just fighting a bear and chewing glass. Oh my God, Crusty Old Crow. I hope you're all right, and I hope the bear's all right. I hope you didn't hurt it too much. Hello, everybody. Paul Morales, good morning. Thanks for joining us. Bajorn, we are all here. Yojo, hail Cobra, love you all. Yep, same here. Bajorn. Crossio Crow, hopefully you won. There you go. Yeah, hopefully you won. So let's get into a little bit about this cold slither. Now, this is an interesting deep cut. The fact that they pulled something from the Sunbow animated series, a specific episode, in fact, where this type of thing was Super 7's purview. They had been doing the Ultimates for quite a while, and they did the reaction. Now they're doing the reaction plus. Evil Dookie still got him in a headlock. He'll tap soon. Oh my God, you guys are funny. Everybody's saying hello. Cold Slither is still in stock. Is he? He's still in stock. Paul. Old Country Crow. There you go. That's interesting. So he's like Hillbilly Jim from the WWF in the 80s, right? Crusty Old Crow, safe to say the bear won't last. Very funny. So what was I saying? Oh, so it's still up for pre-order on the Hasbro site. So it's not sold out yet. Well, I think it's worth it if you have the opportunity and you can get this. I don't know if it's going to go on clearance anytime soon. It's very well worth it. The only thing it doesn't include is a microphone. Did any of you guys figure out who has the microphone in the classified? Because I think somebody does. And I was going to give it to these guys if I can figure out who has it. I don't remember who has it. So Super 7, this was a purview of Super 7 for a while. This type of thing, these homages from Sunbow and the animated series and stuff like that. They had been doing the Ultimates and they stopped. And then they did a few Palatoy figures. And so they've done a Storm Show, I think it's version 2, in that inspired version as well from Big Bad Toy Store. But do you think Hasbro's going to do more of these type of homages? Do you think we could get like maybe the Viper? Do you think we could get Hector Ramirez? Do you think we could get Honda Lou? Do you think we would get Satin and her band with Snake Eyes and all those guys decoed like that? Do you think we could get just another Joe band? Do you think we could get Gem and the Holograms and the Misfits? Do you think they'll keep going with this type of thing and get us like 10 different bands? I don't think so, but I don't know. Everybody's saying hello. So it's just an interesting thing, but I think there are other really cool things they could do that I don't think are necessary for the hardcore people to get as far as the military aspect of G.I. Joe. But if you wanted, say, like Mission Brazil, you can get the redecos of like Leatherneck, Mainframe, Dial Tone, Wetsuit, and then get a new Claymore and do a whole thing with that and make that a exclusive set. Because I don't know if everybody's would be interested in getting Mission Brazil or like Gem and the Holograms or, Satin and her band with Shipwreck and Snake Eyes and Timber and all that stuff. but it's interesting that they went down this particular rabbit hole. So now we don't know what the possibility could be. Yes, to gem in the Misfits holograms. Once they printed that on the Cold Slither box, I read it as a promise note. There you go. Very interesting, Crystal Crow. Marvel Legends Hypno Hustler has a microphone, is out now, and looks slight. He would fit in Cold Slither diorama. Well, there you go. I really won't want classified holograms and misfits. Well, there you go as well. A lot of people want that. 610 YJD. My boys and I really had more fun with Cold Slither than anything else last year. Wow, 610 Yo Doe Daddy. I'm very surprised. Michael Gene Fleming. Um, it is a really cool set. It really is. The diorama ability for this, and the ability for this, and having a little music iPod or something in the background with the sound, with the diorama, with everything. I think it would really be cool for those guys that do those diorama pieces, Evil Dookie and a bunch of the other ones. I think you could put a little bitty like iPod and have a button where whenever you see that diorama, play that, and it could do the song and stuff like that from the Cold Slither. I think it would be very possible. I would love to see Gem and the Misfits. Yeah, I would too. Right now, Loyal Subjects is doing the dolls, the 12-inch dolls. I don't know if Hasbro is going to be able to do that in classified. I'm not sure, depending upon the scale. And I think Super 7 did reaction figures of Gem and the holograms as well. So there are different scales. So maybe classified can do 6-inch versions, and they just do one at a time, one Gem, and then like Synergy and so on, and then Misfits, and that'll be like 10 or 12 figures right there with all those, if they do them one at a time. Every second McFarlane Rock and Roll Hall of Fame fig comes with a mic, and they tend to be on clearance. So there you go. There's an opportunity to get some mics for these. Very good, Chris Crow. Thank you. I pick up Eric, Raymond, and Rio, and some of the side characters too. Well, there you go. So you want to get the entire cast of Gem and the Holograms and Synergy and everybody. I don't. It's a very good cartoon. I loved it as a child. It was one of my favorite cartoons, and I'm probably putting a little bit on myself there, being such a fan of it. But I'm glad to see a lot of you guys are fans of it as well, even though I kind of hate Rio and think he's kind of a funny lone dragon tech rat. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but the thing about it is teenagers were a little weird back then, you know? I think I was a weird teenager. I don't know if I've completely come out of my teenage years. I think I feel like a teenager sometimes still to this day. My boys got Ripper standing on one leg, other knees bent, wailing on his guitar, and he stays balanced. Great. Oh, very good. I'm very happy about that. Zipper. um, so it's a very interesting thing. There's a lot of opportunity here. When they went down this rabbit hole, it really opened up a lot of doors for classified, because now Lenny and Tony and BMAC and Emily have said there's nothing off the table. So all the stuff that we've just talked about in this chat, those are all possible. And I hope we get all that. I really do. I would love to see Gem and the Holograms, the Misfits, Synergy. You know, I think it would be something. It's just a matter of how we get it. Would they put it in the Legacy line as a whole music type thing, branch of the classified line as part of Legacy, or would they do it as part of the regular classified? Because yeah, this is part of the numbering. This whole set is part of the numbering. But would all those other things be part of the numbering as well? Tech Rat and Zipper are minor Gem antagonists that work for Eric Raymond. Oh, that's right. Tech Rat and Zipper. I remember those. Yep, you're right. It's been a while since I watched the cartoon. I had to watch it last year, like in the spring. I watched all the episodes before I did my interview with um, Jem and the woman that was the designer of the clothing for the toy line. And I'm having a hard time remember their names off the top of my head. But I did an interview at Joe Fest for the voice actress of Jem and the designer of all the costumes for the figures and the dolls for the Jem toy line. And I can't for the life of me remember their names. Michael Gene Fleming, were you at Joe Fest and did you go to my panel with the Gem and the Holograms panel that I did? Maybe you can help me remember their names. Fun fact, the lady that created Gem named the villain after her brother, whose first and middle names were Eric and Raymond. I did not know that, Lone Dragon. That is interesting. Thank you for letting me know that. I would have liked to have known that before I did my interview last year. Does Cold Slyther come together, or do you have to get them individually? No, this is a complete set. This is a complete set, Terrence Childs. Came in this big box set, and it's still on Pulse. So if you want to order this whole set, it's on Pulse right now. Comes with 4 figures. And it comes with all this gear and all these guitars and everything. I'd make Gem fully classified compatible, but branded as their own line, the Synergy series. There you go. That's actually a very smart idea, Michael Gene Fleming. Yeah, I can't remember if I heard that in an interview or maybe DVD commentary or something. Probably did hear it on the commentary because a lot of these people from the animated series are on the commentaries and stuff like that. So maybe it was on that Lone Dragon. But that is a very interesting piece of information. I wish I had that last year when I did that interview. I'm trying to remember the actress's name because I got a photo, and I did an interview with her 2 years ago at Joe Fest as well, panel. So I've interviewed her twice, and I'm blanking on her name. I don't know. Someone Google it for me and let me know in the chat what the voice actress's name is for Gem, and the young girl's name. If you make Gem part of classified, you got my sales due to the people that have to have every number. Well, there you go. So the FOMO. So you've fallen into the FOMO. You have to have anything that has a number. Lone Dragon. So Samantha Newark, that's it. I don't know why I was having a hard time remembering her name. Samantha Newark, I interviewed her twice at 2 different Joe Fests. Last year in 2025 and the year before in 2024, I interviewed her. And you guys, I think those interviews are both on YouTube. You can search those interviews out and you can watch them with me interviewing them. It was a really cool interview. I think you guys would really get a kick out of that. The one with the costume designer and the voice of Gem, Samantha Newark. I think we're going to have her maybe back this year at Joe Fest. I can't recall if we're going to get her again. But yeah, they're very interesting interviews. I hope you guys enjoy those. If you go back and you go on YouTube and you research that, they are on YouTube. What else? Let's see. So I think our next video is going to be a Night Force, another Night Force redeco video of a couple of characters. Very strange decos on these characters, but necessary. So hopefully that gives you enough clues on that. But I love this set. I think it's phenomenal. I think it's fantastic that they went out of the norm and did something crazy and fun. This was an awesome set. The whole package of this, was really good. We got it revealed at Toy Fair last year, and so I'm wondering if we will get anything revealed for San Diego Comic-Con revealed at Toy Fair this year. Possibly another Cobra La, maybe. I don't know. I think that's probably going to be the one that is going to be this year, because if they do that particular character, it's got to be like all kinds of extra stuff, add-ons, pods, legs, all kinds of monstrous gear, a beautiful super duper package by Zhang Jiang to go along with the other four versions of this particular subgroup. So what do you guys think? Do you think we're going to get that at Toy Fair revealed? This particular next item? I'm not going to say the name of it. I'll let you guys. I will keep my speculation on that to myself, but I think it would be the ultimate member of this subgroup if we do get it, because like I said, there's pods, there's other legs, there's other parts of this character's bodies, there's all kinds of weird gear and monsters that could come with it. There's a stick with a worm, possibly. If that doesn't give it away, I don't know what does. But we've just got the package revealed for the Royal Guards the other day, and it looks fantastic. Another stellar job by Zhang Jiang. Did you notice that the Ratoid that stole all the cross-country stuff in the Sunbow crawling out of the dumpster on the back of the Cold Slither package? Yeah, I mentioned that earlier, 610 Yo Joe Daddy. And I pointed it out to the guys when I was on, when I showed it. It's a Ratoid. It's right there. Ratoid. There you go. I pointed it out to everybody. I'm a little bit ahead of things. 610. I did go to the panel, but I don't remember the names either. Sorry. That's all right. We got it. It's Samantha Newark, and then the wife of another G.I. Joe designer that was there. And I just can't remember her name. I have a file card that they did, a custom file card with her name and her history, and she signed it for me. But I have it over there, and it's going to be, well, maybe I can get it. Hold on. Give me a second. I might be able to get it. Oh, I got it. All right. So her name was Carla Reese. She was the designer on all the clothing, and she sewed all the clothing and stuff for Gem and the Holograms and the Misfits and all the dolls and the toys. And then her husband was senior design director Stephen Reese. And there's his file card. So I got both of them, their file cards, autographed by them. So there you go. Carla Reese and Samantha Newark were both in that panel. Figures, you already mentioned it. I just thought it was a great shout. Yep, definitely. I try to be up on this stuff. You know, it's one of those things. Sometimes I miss something or I forget something, 610, but I try to cover everything when I do these deep dives into these things, and that was something that was interesting Sunbow homage. So I wanted to make sure I mentioned it. So let's see. I talked about the next figures. So now we're going to go into my convention. So the G.I. Joe CenFloJoe Show. There you go. Mark Pennington, designer of the vintage G.I. Joes from 86 to 89. And we also have Adam Riches. We have Matt LaCroix. We have Jason Mark Sobel, Hawk Saunders, Roger Taft. Who else? We're going to have an exclusive figure for the show. There's going to be tons of vendors, tons of vintage toys, and tons of cool stuff going on there. Joe Fest will have a booth. I'll have a booth. Maybe we'll make some announcements for Joe Fest at our show ahead of Joe Fest. That might be a good place. And we'll maybe make some other announcements from Rising Sun that will be coming. And we'll have, like I said, that rare exclusive figure, the CenFloJoeShow. Yep, April 19th in Deltona, Florida, Central Florida. At the center of at Deltona. If you're in the South Florida, South Alabama, South Georgia, and anywhere in Florida, and you would like to come and go to a fantastic G.I. Joe event, come on down. I'd love to have you guys. I want to talk to everybody and have a good time and enjoy ourselves and just talk about G.I. Joe and toys. And hopefully you guys can enjoy all the guests that are going to be there. There'll be a lot of cool stuff for you guys to get sketches from Mark Pennington, Adam Riches, who's a package designer and comic book artist in his own right, and Jason Mark Sobel, so you can get sketches and pin-ups of your favorite G.I. Joe characters and so on and so forth from those guys, and buy some books, comics from Rising Sun, and After Action Report with Roger Taft, and buy an exclusive figure for the show from from Matt LaCroix and Strike Force Alpha. So it should be a whole fun. Also, the Finest G.I. Joe costume organization, the Finest, will be there. So if you guys want to come dress up in your finest G.I. Joe costumes, you can get photos with the Finest. They will be there as well. So that is going to be a phenomenal opportunity for everybody. And it'll be like having a little G.I. Joe convention. It'll be like a small Joe Fest. We're looking at it as like a sister convention to Joe Fest, a few months earlier than Joe Fest. Joe Fest is at the end of June. And so, like I said, there's a possibility we could be getting Cold Slyther. We're looking into that. And we have not announced it, so don't hold me to it yet. But I think we're working on that. So I wanted to talk about that while I was doing this video. I thought it was a good opportunity to do that. But there's tons and tons of guests for Joe Fest this year. Lots of new people. We're broadening the show of Joe Fest into a bigger environment. We're trying to go into like more superheroes, more Thundercats, more Transformers, more Star Wars. We're broadening the show out into a bigger toy convention and not solely G.I. Joe. There's going to be a lot of vendors, bigger vendors there this year, along with companies like Super 7, Delta 17, Skeletron, Animals of the whatever, I can never remember their names, the Mesozoic, the dinosaur group, Big Bad Toy Shop is going to be there. We're trying to get newer companies there. We're working on Skybound. We're trying to get some people from Skybound to come to the show. We'll probably never get Hasbro, but we could get maybe other companies like McFarlane or NECA and things like that. But we're working on all that. So I hope you guys are able to go to Joe Fest if you can't make it to the CenFloJoe show. Thank you very much, everybody. In the chat today, I really appreciate you guys joining me for this video. This is a bit of a longer video because there's 4 figures. I forgot to mention, all the figures have pretty much all the articulation points: the butterflied shoulders, the double pin elbows, double pin knees, the foot rockers, the thigh and calf articulation, the ab crunch, the head rockers, the wrist, the foot rocker, the secondary foot articulation, and there's all kinds of articulation with some of the drum sets and the guitars and stuff like that, with the maneuverability of them. There's a lot of detail. They put in a lot of work with this. Bjorn, you're going to try and come all the way from Norway? I would love to have you come from Norway. You know, there are several international airports in Central Florida, in Orlando and Sanford. Sanford's only like about 45 minutes from where the convention's going to be. There's a bunch of hotels in Sanford. So that actually wouldn't be a bad place to go. That's where I flew in from Ireland. I think it was to Sanford, the international airport. So I know you're probably kidding around, but you could do it. You could go from Sanford to Norway probably easily, fairly easy. Maybe about 8 hours. Ah, work is going crazy. Family weekend, sewer main backup. Oh no, door handles falling off, remnants of ice storm, and a fire marshal's visit all in one day. And one member of the dispatch team is out. Holy cow, Michael Gene Fleming. What do you work at a emergency center or something, or fire department? I've never found out where you work, Michael Gene Fleming. So you guys have a rough day. I'm sorry about that. Though, that's part of life. One of these, once in a while, you get these patches that are really difficult patches in your life, and then thankfully you get out of those patches, and then things go back up again. So I'm sorry you're in a bit of a patch. 610 had a bit of a patch yesterday with a lot going on with him, and you're having a patch today. I'm sorry that you guys are dealing with all that. It's frustrating. So I hope everything gets resolved, and I hope everything's all right. And like 610 yesterday, we did the prayers for him and everybody there. We're going to do the prayers for you and for everybody with you as well. So I hope things get worked out for you. Let's see what else. Oh, I wanted to briefly show this off. It's going to be tricky. I've got to move some stuff around. I'm going to put these guys back here out of the way. I wanted to show something that I mentioned yesterday because I didn't want it to go without showcasing this. Let's see. But I thought it was a cool thing, and I thought you guys would like to see it. And I wasn't sure how familiar you guys were with this, but I mentioned it yesterday when we were talking about the armor bot with the kaijus. So I figured I'd pull it out and bring it over today since I talked about it a little bit. And the Cobra Kaiju from, I think it's the Pyramids of Darkness. Might have been the Pyramids of Darkness. No, it was the Weather Dominator, right? The Weather Dominator. So there you go. There's the Cobra Kaiju, or Steel Kaiju. This is a custom toy that was released about 8 years ago. They did like maybe 500 of these, and I was able to get one, and I really wanted it for my line because I didn't think Hasbro would ever make this. Oh, maintenance hazmat for the university. Ah, I gotcha. Okay. Well, I still hope everybody's safe. I mean, Joe Fest. Oh, Joe Fest. You're going to go to Joe Fest. Okay. Well, I hope to see you, Bajorn. Still, I'll be at Joe Fest. You'll hear my voice in the ether. You'll be hearing me talk and say stuff and make announcements and stuff like that. So then you can try to track me down. I am a very difficult person to track down because I'm all over the place. Hang in there, Michael Gene Fleming. Sending prayers your way, bud. Thank you, 610. Thank you, guys. You have to get a review of that, please. You want me to do a review of this? Dave, it is very big. Yeah, it's very big. This is just the box. It is huge. It is absolutely huge. But I wanted to show it off because I didn't think you guys knew about it. Maybe a couple of the other guys that have been in the community a while might have known about this, but it's very kind of a rare piece. I want one of those, but damn, are they pricey. I am making one of my own. Oh, you are, Evil Dookie? Yeah, it's really worth it to get. The scale is absolutely huge. I've seen them out of the box. They're phenomenal. I think it's definitely worth getting if you can. And if you're making one, I think you should like try to keep it in scale with the snake armor, if you can. I think this is actually bigger than the snake armor, but that's the scale. I think a comfortable scale because it's two classified figures up, right? The snake armor. That's I think the right scale. Maybe one of these days I'll pull it out of this because I have opened this up, so it's not sealed in there. The So I want to compare it to my snake armor and see what the size comparison is. Is that a 3 3/4 scale? No. I don't think there was classified at the time that this came out. So I'm not sure. It's way too big for a class 3 3/4. They're like this small. They look like miniatures compared to this, and I don't think in the Sunbow animated episode it was that big. I think it's maybe 2 or 3 people tall. So that's why I think it's more classified scale. But classified wasn't out when this came out. Yeah, it will be about that size. Oh, okay, Evil Dookie. So yeah, I'll pull it out one of these days and I'll showcase it and I'll put it as a comparison for the snake armor to show you guys what it looks like. But it's really cool. It's made out of like a vinyl. So the arms go up and down, the legs go up and down, and the head swivels on the front. It's like a 5 POA type of thing. There's not a lot of like articulation in the elbows and the knees and that type of stuff. It's more of a big 5 POA type of figure made out of vinyl. Please do. All right, I will. I promise you. So I'm glad that you guys like that. It's really cool. The paint is beautiful on it. Has the glow in the dark eyes and everything like that. Yeah, there's not a lot of these out there. The guy that made these made it very limited. There's like only 500 of them. So I was thankfully able to get one due to a friend of mine that had some extra ones. He bought like 5 of them, so I was able to manage to get him to sell me one, and I got one. And I love it. I think it's really, really cool. I'm going to see what else is on the back. Oh, here's a render kind of review of it. Oh, and there's a little figure there. There's a little figure on there so you can kind of see the size. So it says 4-inch figure there, and it has the 2 hands, and it has the claw hands, and it has regular hands. So there you go. So that's the size of it compared to a 4-inch figure. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the size of 5 O-ring figures or 4-inch figures. Holy smokes. Supersized, 20-inch tall. Features waist swivel, arm rotation, wrist twist, hinged jaw. So the jaw goes up and down, and 2 bonus hands. And you can see the jaw articulation there. So there you go. That kind of answers most of the questions. Yeah, 4 inches modern, Joe. You're right, 25th. Yep, that's right, Bajorn. Correct. But I kind of like 4-inch O-ring and Reaction Plus are all around the same scale for me. So I don't really look at them as different. They all look the same. So if we got vehicles, you can fit all those figures in the same vehicles, So there you go. Let's see. I'm hearing a rumor Super 7 may be looking to make one of those for their Reaction line. Wow, if they make this, that'll be something. For those people that never got it, that would be something really cool for them because they have those 3D robot things that they do. They've done like the Bat, they've done Optimus, they've done Megatron, they've done Godzillas. What do they call those? I have the Bat. My Bat is over there. They're like a 3D type of robot, and they're really big. This would be the perfect thing to make in that. O-ring is your gem. Oh, okay. I can't remember the name of those, but I have the Bat over there. I'll look at it. But they've done about 10 or so of those robots that open up and there's see-through parts and everything like that. I really like the Bat one. That's why I got it. But there's other stuff too. There's some Transformer ones, some Godzilla ones. There's I think a Voltron maybe one. But yeah, I think if they did that for this guy, I think that makes sense because it's the same scale. Um, but yeah, it says jaw crushing action. Very cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I'll pull it out of there and we'll do a comparison to the snake armor later later on. And so just a little bit of fun stuff. Sometimes I do that. I pull out different things from my collection to show you guys, like I did with the mass device yesterday. I kept calling it the weather dominator, but it was the mass device, not the weather dominator. I do have the mass device, but that wasn't it. That was the weather dominator. So yeah. So well, thank you guys. You guys have been fantastic in the chat today. I really, really, really appreciate you. Always wonderful. Getting involved, adding to the conversation, reacting, and leaving questions and comments for me to talk about. And everybody after the fact in the replay crew, I've been giving you guys a lot of homework the last few episodes because these have been very long episodes, most of them, for the guys that are in the replay crew to watch. But I hope you enjoy them anyways. And the number one thing you guys can do to help me with the channel is to spread these videos, share these videos to other channels and other places that I'm not sharing them. I'm sharing them in like 30 different Facebook groups, and I don't know if there's stuff I'm missing in other groups, but trying to grow this, get us up to the 250 subs, and then maybe up to 1,000, a nice comfortable round place. Great show, Dave. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you, Ibuduki. I appreciate you coming, and take care and stay strong out there, everybody. And this is a big cold Slyther video. Let's see. Code Slyther says, "A band of vipers, and you'll be joining us soon. Code Slyther Rose." Thank you guys. Talk to you later.